Phoenix Audio presents
Abuse of Power, edited by Stanley Kutler, read by David Ackroyd, David Dukes, and William Windom as Richard Milhouse Nixon. Introduction by Stanley Kutler, The Tapes of Richard Nixon. The tapes of Richard Nixon's conversations with political intimates compel our attention as do few other presidential documents. Since we first learned of their existence in July 1973, the tapes have fascinated the American public. During Nixon's Watergate crisis, the nagging question centered on what the president knew about the break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters in the Watergate complex in June 1972, and the subsequent cover-up of White House involvement. The revelation that he had recorded his conversations made clear that this question could be answered, if the tapes were made public. When Richard Nixon assumed the presidency in January 1969, he ordered Lyndon B. Johnson's recording system dismantled immediately. In February 1971, however, Nixon and his chief of staff, H.R. Haldeman, reinstalled the system with substantial improvements, including voice-activated devices. For a long while, knowledge of its existence was confined to the president, Haldeman, and a Haldeman aide, Alexander Butterfield. 3, later 4, Secret Service agents who serviced the system knew about it, but apparently not the director of the Secret Service Presidential Protective Division. The system was later expanded beyond the Oval Office to include the President's hideaway office in the Executive Office Building, Camp David, the Cabinet Room, and White House and Camp David telephones. The Watergate story reached an entirely new level on July 16, 1973, when Butterfield acknowledged to the Senate Select Committee that there is tape in the Oval Office. Everything was taped, he said. The president is very history-oriented and history-conscious about the role he is going to play, and is not at all subtle about it or about admitting it. Reaction ranged from amazement to indignation to titillation. Senator Howard Baker's query, "What did the president know and when did he know it?" could finally, apparently, be conclusively answered. Yet the fight that ensued over access lasted far longer than anyone imagined at the time. Only now can we return to Baker's question. The answer is conclusive. The president knew virtually everything about Watergate and...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?